What's up guys, GoodRS here, back with another Jujutsu Kaisen manga chapter review. I haven't been this excited to cover a chapter since, well, ever. Chapter 160 is by far the best chapter since I've been covering this manga. We get a huge hint at who Yuji's mom is, and let me tell you, it blows my mind. Plus, the Culling Game starts. As always, remember to smash that like button and subscribe for more Jujutsu Kaisen, and now let's get into it. If you missed last week's video, just know that chapter 159 was kind of a standalone chapter about Higuruma Hiromi, one of the main players in the Culling Game. I'll link that video here if you want to check out his backstory, but now let's get into chapter 160. This chapter is titled Colony, and it shows one of the colonies of the Culling Game. We start by seeing Kenjaku standing over Setsuko Sasaki, who is one of Yuji's friends in the occult research club back at the beginning of the story. Kenjaku explains to her that he's the sorcerer who started the Culling Game, and he chose Sasaki's house as the center of one of the colonies because there are remnants of an old execution ground very close by. That place actually serves as the center of the 6-kilometer battleground to the death in his own words. He explains the people that were within the barrier during its creation have one opportunity to leave, and if Sasaki chooses, she'll be outside the barrier when she wakes up. Kenjaku explains that right now they're in a rift between dreams and reality known as the Cursed Realm. He guides her out of the realm, and that's when the bombshell of Yuji's parenting is dropped. Kenjaku tells Sasaki, "I almost forgot to tell you. Thank you for getting along with my son." He's obviously talking about Yuji here. If we flash back to chapter 143, we see that Yuji's father is Jin Itadori, but we also see that his partner and the biological mother of his child is an unnamed woman bearing the same stitch-like scars on her forehead as Sudogeto or Kenjaku. Everything's starting to come together now. We know that Kenjaku is an entity that can transfer its brain into different bodies, and it's implied heavily that it took the body of the woman that is Yuji's mother. This finally explains Yuji's crazy amount of cursed energy and his inherent strength and physical prowess. I mean, he could jump like 2 stories without any cursed energy or technique or anything like that, before he even ate the fingers. We can't forget about Chozo either. As a cursed womb death painting, he was said to know the special connection with each of his brothers. And at a certain point during the Shibuya incident, he begins acting as if Yuji is one of his brothers. And in a twisted way, he really might be. We know that Kenjaku created the death painting wombs while in the body of Noritoshi Kamo, and now we get a confirmation that he sees Yuji as his son as well. This stuff absolutely blows my mind. Anyway, back to the chapter at hand. Sasaki wakes up to Iguchi, the other member of the cult club, and they're on the outside of the barrier to the colony. They discuss the dream and how everyone had the same experience, except that none of the others heard anything about Kenjaku's son like Sasaki did. She theorizes that he was talking about Itadori. And speaking of the devil, now we go back to him, Megumi, Panda, Hakari, and Karara's strategy meeting. They're using Kogane to track down someone in the Culling Game by the moniker of Angel. If we go back to chapter 145, we see that this is another ancient sorcerer like Kashimo Hajime that made a deal with Kenjaku over 1,000 years ago to participate in the game. Her real name is Hana Karusa, which Yuji and the boys don't know, and her curse technique allows her to extinguish any other sorcerer's curse technique. They have to locate her because her technique will also allow her to open the back gate of the prison realm, which should in theory allow Gojo to escape his imprisonment. Although the boys don't know her name, they know that she's in the number 2 colony on the eastern side of Tokyo, and that she literally looks like a stereotypical angel, so they'll know who she is when they see her. Hakari decides that he will go to the number 2 colony to face off with Kashimo Hajime, since he appears to be the strongest player in the game. Panda will also go to the number 2 colony in search of the Angel Lady, and Yuji and Megumi will go to Tokyo number 1 to fight Higuruma Hiromi and rescue Sumiki, Megumi's sister. Karara is to stay outside the barriers in case of emergency, as they can infer that cell phones don't work inside the barrier, or they would have heard from Yuta by now. Megumi and Yuji have a little fight because Yuji suggests that they might need to be on different teams since Sukuna has been going after Megumi, but Megumi tells Yuji to shut up and don't be selfish, as the plan is perfect the way it is. The older students' roles are exactly what they need to be, so there's no point in pressing the issue. Now, it is November 12th, and they only have 7.5 days to rescue Sumiki from the Culling Game. Panda, Hakari, Yuji, and Megumi now step into their respective barriers and agree to participate in the Culling Game. We've been waiting for this for such a long time, and now that it's here, I'm a ball of nerves. No matter what happens, I don't want to see Panda die, but for some weird reason, I can't shake the feeling that that might be exactly what happens, especially now that he's going off alone. Let me know your guys' predictions for the Culling Game in the comments down below. Who do you think will survive, and how do you think the interactions with the villains will go? Hope you've enjoyed this little breakdown of chapter 160 of Jujutsu Kaisen. We got some crazy stuff this chapter, from Kenjaku basically revealing himself to be Yuji's parent, to the start of the much anticipated Culling Game. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe for more Jujutsu Kaisen content. Check out the video or playlist linked on screen for more. And with that, I'll catch you next time. Peace.